All right, ahoy, hello. So this is Mark, and I am here with Jan Sedlak. Jan is a reporter. He's a tech and business journalist, and so we're really happy to have him with us here today. Actually, Jan just got back from Texas, where you interviewed Michael Dell.
Yes, exactly.
And so, can you tell us about that? How did that go?
Very well, very well. Thank you for having me. It was very interesting because, as you may know, Dell bought a company called EMC, so we had talk about these things, and it was very, very interesting. And I can saw a vision of Dell for next, 10 years.
Right. And you were actually one of the first journalists in the world to meet with them after this acquisition.
I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Well, very good timing.
Yeah.
And so now I know you've also said, Jan, that you've been to Silicon Valley maybe 10 times or...
Well, 20 times, I don't know.
Okay, sure. And so I'm curious, so based on your experience here, how would you describe what's unique about the Silicon Valley culture, positively or negatively?
It's a tough question. I think people here are very open-minded, very friendly, and they want to do things, and they can sabotage their lives to build something new. They can live with few money and so on. So I think it's very, very different from other parts of the world.
Sure. And then if you think about, say, for Czechs and Slovaks that are then, or maybe are thinking about coming to Silicon Valley, do you have any advice for them in particular about how do you adapt?
Yeah, prepare to live very different life. You are in America and you are in different part of America than normal America. So be prepared to live not European life, and be prepared to live uncomfortable life, to pitch yourself, to sell yourself.
And that's something that Czechs and Slovaks should be expecting to do, is to be more open about doing that.
Czech and Slovaks are very good engineers, and they are not good in sales and stuff like that. So
sure,
very different mindset.
Sure. And also, so I know you said you went to Dreamforce,
yes.
And now you're here for Oracle's big event this coming week as well. And so when you look at what kind of differences do you see if you're, say, reporting on startups versus these large tech companies?
Yeah, large tech companies, they can say a story. They have own products. They have these budgets and the customers and everything. You can talk with customers, analysts, with Wall Street, with whatever you want. Startups, they are like, hey, we have product, we have beta of our product, we have no customers, we have visions. So it's enterprise versus startups. So
sure. A lot of visions.
Yes.
That's interesting. And so also, now just back to the cultural part, so is there one thing in particular, you were talking about how Silicon Valley is more open, is there one or two things in particular culturally that you think that, say, when foreign startup teams are coming here, from what you've seen, that they may struggle with in the beginning?
I think startups should prepare for different kind of living. They have to live in a house like this with five grown guys together for months, maybe years.
Right.
Yeah. So I think prepare to that there are no women, like at least like in Europe. So So prepare to drive a car. Prepare for local food.
Right.
So yeah, that's it.
And for sure. So fortunately, we do have some women here, but not. But it's a different culture. Certainly,
yes.
I totally agree with you. And so it's there's definitely cultural differences. You were even saying earlier a very good point, Jan, which was that Even just getting an apartment in San Francisco is very difficult.
Yeah.
And we were talking about how in San Francisco right now, landlords expect you. They will normally ask for a credit check.
Yes.
And this surprises a lot of people.
Yeah.
Or even it surprises a lot of Americans. You know, I've lived in other parts of the country, and usually in most of the rest of America, if you show up, if you pay first and last month's rent, then you can get the apartment.
Yes.
Of course, it's different here.
Yeah. A lot of Czech startups told me that this is very, very weird. We have to pay like 3 months to live there.
Yeah.
Live here. Sorry. So yeah, prepare for this fight.
That's a very important point. I think the last two questions I had was if you think so for Czechs and Slovaks or startup teams from other countries in general, what do you see as the biggest opportunities for them if they do come to Silicon Valley?
I think big important part is networking, and to see really big part of world. You know, you can learn sales, you can learn marketing, you can learn how to do and sell things. Yeah. Not only engineering side. I think there are better engineers in the world than in Silicon Valley. But here there is sales, there are investors, there is everything from this ecosystem. Yeah. So
that's a good point. And I would even add to your point as well, Jan, specifically with the Czechs and Slovaks, because it's having lived there for 6 years, now working for a Czech company, it's a culture I feel very close to. I totally agree with you about that engineering is really a great strength of the Czechs and Slovaks. I also believe that creativity is a very important part of the Czech.
Improvisation and everything. Yeah.
I think that's actually a great word. It is improvisation, and I see it with our own company. Just the creativity is so important in driving the success of the company. And then the last question is, so we love to ask our guests, what have you learned this week? And that can be from any part of life. It can be from interviewing Michael Dell or being back here in San Francisco or anything else.
What I learned this week is that really successful and inspired people are not selfish. They care about you. They want to hear what you think, and that's important.
That's very well said. And I know from some of the other successful startup founders we've been interviewing as well, they can be really remarkably generous with their time.
Yes.
It's kind of part of their mission to help others.
Yes, exactly.
Jan, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.